freeze?
It's close to freezing. It's probably not, you know, the smartest thing for a painter to do this, but it's not the stupidest thing either. So, well, this all started with Evan Plotkin's Jazz Festival. It was in the middle of August, and we wound up getting permission from the city and the redevelopment authority through the eraser.
I decided I would ask the city if we could paint a few of the storefronts in the area where the Jazz Festival was taking place on the Court Street side. And that's how I met Mike Cass.
I'm Mike Cass, a.k.a. The Eraser. John Simpson, the resident artist for the city.
Mike was great about giving us access to the building so John could store his paint and make it more accessible for the artists to work.
The first murals were of the artists that were performing at the concert. Phil Woods, who got the key in the city, great saxophone player, Charlie Neville. So John started with that concept.
That led to what we have today, and it became sort of this passion of John's to keep it going. So after the Jazz Festival, it was amazing just for the Jazz Festival.
And then they wound up posing with the pictures, like pointing their fingers, touching the painted finger, and that added another dimension to it. And hearing the music playing while painting the horns and stuff added another dimension to it. And I just remember feeling like this is like a peak experience when I was painting Louis Armstrong's trumpet, and I could hear the trumpet on stage right behind me.
All of these artists are all on the murals in the front of the building, and it was kind of to memorialize this great musical event. And then it just kind of morphed from there. It became something, you know, that no one anticipated. As far as public art, I've been involved with that for the past 8 or 9 years, doing different projects, including the sneaker project that I did downtown with some other folks. And then I got James Kitchen to come downtown and opened up a gallery at 1550 Main Street and did a public art campaign with him downtown, which is still here, which is great.
You know, I've been doing this for 10 years. I'm the graffiti remediator. I've been taking all the bad stuff off the buildings, and I only use 2 or 3 colors. I use gray, and I use brown, and I use beige. And I'm getting too old for that. This is a whirlwind working with this artist guy that has all these colors going. I'm like, yeah, let's do it. So we're gonna paint the town. Right, John?
Not just red.
With the approval of the city and Mike Cass's help and my encouragement, and we decided that we would keep this whole thing going, and John was great he was just enjoying it and loving the feedback that we're getting.
The public responded so quickly and intensely to every image that went up, I couldn't stop. And I'm still going to go in on him a little more analysis and get to draw with highlights and a little crisper. I feel like the human face is so important. I've painted different things for years, abstracts and all sorts of stuff, but there's so much in a person's face. Dorothy looks a little wicked, and the cowardly lion has a sleepy eye. But the eraser was saying that to me, and I said, well, I have a sleepy eye, so I think it's all right. To some extent, it's fun working in the different elements. It keeps it kind of fresh.
I'll bet.
You know, different sensations, and see if the cold bothers you or not. By the time I finish, I got to get her teeth right. That's always very cool. Try and make Judy look a little more sane here. And I found out by painting these up large that people respond to them like nothing else. If I was just doing my own abstract art, they'd say, what is it? Or that's art and I don't get it. This, everybody gets it immediately, and they have their own feelings about it and memories and thoughts and suggestions for who to paint next. And that's part of it too, is the public making suggestions. A lot of the faces on the wall were suggested by strangers who came up and said they really wanted to see it. Well, I like this. I've enjoyed this more than any other public art project I've worked on, because being right out on State Street here, and everybody comes up to me, and it's people I don't know, so nobody has any preconceptions about our relationship or anything, so they say what they feel. But there's something that I like about working in public, and from kind of the way Dorothy looks right now here, it's like you have to work fast, because you don't want to leave something looking really strange, like overnight or for any long duration.
And it's really been a lot of visionary work, I guess, with a few people who believe in this kind of idea, and we've been able to put it into into life.
And it's made so I don't want to stop painting because they're so thankful. And they're thankful in the name of Springfield. And it makes me really happy. And it makes me happy that Springfield, we all feel like perceptions are changing.
The naysayers of Springfield have not really been lifting it up. And they've kind of abandoned the city and have walked away from it. And State Street side mural is dedicated to them. And the life that you see behind us is quite a miraculous thing. It's a fabulous representation of what can happen downtown. And we have plans to just like keep this thing going. This is not going to stop here by any means.